Welcome to Lesson 6 in Unit 18, The Power of Water. In this lesson, students will work to answer the question, what can we learn about Glen Canyon's past? In this lesson, students consider stories of people affected by the building of the Glen Canyon Dam, including scientists. They investigate evidence from fossils to construct explanations about rock layers and landscape changes over time. Students figure out that fossils are found in rock layers and the oldest fossils are found in the deepest rock layers. They also learn that evidence from fossils can reveal how a landscape changed over time. Students make connections to the storyline by explaining that people used Glen Canyon in many ways before the dam, and those people might want the dam removed and the canyon area restored. There are several opportunities for ELA and social studies cross-curricular connections throughout the lesson. You can look for specific standard connections in the Unit 18 Teacher Guide. This lesson will take approximately 4 days to complete. You'll begin the Engage portion by asking students why they think the dam could be controversial and show them several images to show the area before the dam was built. You'll revisit the driving question board and highlight questions connected to the learning goals of this lesson by calling attention to questions about what we can learn about Glen Canyon's past, what the area was like before the dam was built, or how people may have used the canyon area before the dam was built. For the Explore portion, you'll show students part of a video from the National Park Service about fossils at Glen Canyon. You can post and discuss the fossil vocabulary card. You'll then ask students what they think they can learn about Glen Canyon from its fossils, then encourage them to turn and talk to share ideas. To do the Glen Canyon fossils exploration activity, you'll divide the class into groups of 3 or 4 and give each a canyon mat and set of fossil cards. Pause this video to review the list of needed materials and the photo of items you can find in your kit for the activity. In the Explain portion of the lesson, students will engage in a class discussion about their observations and learning from the activity. Use the provided questions to guide your discussion around the question, what can we learn about Glen Canyon's past from its fossils? The goal of this class discussion is to recognize patterns in rock layers that show how the landscape changed over time and the order in which rock layers formed. You will use the discussion to create the Lesson 6 summary chart. From the discussion, students should understand that each fossil is a unique piece of Earth's history, and the dam has flooded many areas that contain fossils, so archaeologists cannot study them. Glen Canyon Dam flooded many unique natural areas where people used to explore, study, and live. Those people might want the dam removed and the canyon area restored. You'll show students the entire video from the National Park Service about fossils at Glen Canyon. You'll also read Fossils Tell of Long Ago as a class. Use the Read Aloud guide to help students synthesize ideas about fossils and rock layers. You'll then have students return to their small groups to review how they did the fossil activity and revise questions as needed on their Glen Canyon Fossils student journal page. For the Elaborate portion, you'll introduce the book, The Dam. You'll share with students that this book tells a story about a dam being built in England. Read the dam as a class straight through, then read a second time using the Read Aloud guide. There is also an option to show the students how Lake Powell came to be. The video shares insights about how the Navajo people were impacted by the dam. As students learn more about the stories of the people in Glen Canyon, you'll complete a second summary chart. For the Evaluate portion, you'll have students complete the What Can Rocks and Fossils Tell Us student journal page. You'll also have students revisit their Public Service Announcement Planner student journal page to add ideas and evidence. To support student sense-making across the unit, orient them back to the driving question board. Ask, did we answer any of the questions on our driving question board? What additional questions do you have now? Have students complete the Section 2 summative assessment. By the end of this lesson, students will have used patterns in rock formations and fossil evidence to construct an explanation about changes to a landscape over time. In Lesson 7, students will engineer a device to produce electricity in a river without a dam. For more information about this unit, visit myscipartners.com.